Hello everyone, this is Sanjana Timsana from Indo Thai News, presenting you an exclusive talk in the series of our Leadership in Action with Dr. Akhil Kala, the president of Brasten Group of Companies. Brasten Group of Companies has been one of the latest talk of towns in Bangkok for its engineering business. Along with that, we have decided to sit with the CEO, that is Dr. Akhil Kala himself, for knowing more about his leadership style, his way of his life, and his morals and ethics about how he runs this huge company. We're really glad to have him here in our show today. So we've all known you as Dr. Akhil Kala, or the president of Brasten Group of Companies. So I believe that when we introduce you as the president or the director of the company, we miss out on so many important factors as to who you are as a person. So today, would you like to tell our audience about yourself? Could you kindly please introduce yourself to our audience so they can feel more connected to you, and not only as the president of Brasten Group of Companies?
Good morning, Indo Thai viewers. It's a good question that you are asking that Brasten. Yes, I am the president and CEO of the Brasten Group of Companies. And I started this business in year 1990. And I will come in details about a couple of points later. But this company is on the engineering business. We manufacture and as well as doing the business globally, especially on instrumentations, which are either analytical instruments or field instruments. And the company is having offices, keeping Bangkok as a headquarter, and Singapore, US, in Texas, and in India. Our offices are there. They are fully functional offices. And our production is being continued in our US office as well as the India office. Bangkok, we produce here locally, and that's what about the Brasten.
Okay, so that is more about Brasten, but how would you like to, describe yourself to our audience? Because when we look at someone in the higher position, we see CEO, we see president, but we often fail to relate to the person that they are in their day-to-day life. So what is on the lighter side of Dr. Akhil Kala? Could you kindly tell us about yourself on that note?
I'm not a born businessman, I tell you. Okay. I'm a professional. In my background, if you see that I have no desire to do the business.
Okay.
I am a typical army background person.
So your family is in the army?
Family members are in the army.
Okay.
My two uncles were in the general ranks in the army, and that is the reason which taught me to remain very systematical and neat and clean on my worksheets. So what is happening then? I came to Bangkok. Well, before that, I was going through for my Air Force examinations, and due to some medical reasons for eyesight and all, and then I was not through. So then I went to the engineering line, and after I came back to the Bangkok, then I started this business.
Okay.
And from that, it was till now. I'm in that machine which is and now I think that enough is enough, and I'm putting a lot of activities in CSR after that, and that is going around.
Okay.
And that is my lighter side, which keep me healthy and fresh to do some services.
Okay.
And I will later on the discussions I will tell you about CSR.
That the company has been doing. Okay. So you told me that you were about to join the Air Force, and then you again dropped the idea because of some medical reasons, and then you chose the engineering field. So was this field always so close to you? Were you interested in this field, or somebody put you into being an engineer?
It is actually by nature.
Okay.
Once you try, engineering is nothing, but what is engineering? Engineering is 2 + 2 = 4. So if you want to do your jobs neat and clean, you are a born engineer. it is not necessary that you do engineering or you do other subjects. To be an engineering person, it is your attitude from the day one. If you believe on that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you are born engineer by nature. So what is happening that skill, if you see on the people, and for me also, I developed that skill by doing my masters. I did 2 masters from India and 3rd masters in Bangkok from ABAC in engineering and management. And after that I did my doctorate from US. So basically education for me was a passion. And but again, my mathematics is very clear, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 till now, and I keep it maintained, both the things together, and that's what it goes.
Okay, so it's more of your passion that pursued you into being into this business. So a lot of people these days, they're out there, they're doing things that they like, and sometimes it is not necessarily what the society or the community approves when they are pursuing their dreams and goals. So what kind of encouragement messages would you like to give to those people out there who have been trying their best, but sometimes it's not approved by the society or the community?
Yeah, it's a very good question. You know what happens? There are so many factors. If you see the society, especially in Asia, the parents try to push their children to do that and not to do that. Somebody has good skills on one area, but they push him to other sides. So to the young, and which I believe means whatever you like, and you feel, wow, yeah, I can do that, you should do that. No need to change your mind every day and be very focused. As I was telling you that my background is from an army family, and that's why my nature is like that. So I tell you very, very clearly to you that once you are planning to do something in your life, first see that it is good, bad, or whatever you feel about it, and then try it. But once you try it, put your 100% on that. So you must know what is your goal. You want to make money, you want to be a professional, you want to be a satisfied crook. So whatever your choice, means nothing wrong. So many people are there, different attitude, different behavior, and I am of that opinion, nobody is wrong.
True.
So they have their own way of life. If one person likes something, other person does not like. So we should not argue that no, it is not good or it is bad.
True.
It should be acceptable by the government, society. If the society like, you also like, there is no problem on that. So the major issue here is that for the young children or the young boys and girls, first you focus what you like to do. And if you are confused, take help from your parents. Because parents are the only people who are real well-wisher for you. There is nobody else.
Who is going to
your mother and father are your real well-wisher. They will guide you that this is good or this is bad. And if you can do that, then focus. Narrow it down. Once you narrow it down, you are on your job. Whether you work in a company as an admin, engineer, doctor, businessman, or a typical trader. So it's your choice. But do it 100%. And I can tell you, I have not seen any person who is doing 100% and not getting success.
Benefits. True.
It is nearly 90 to 100% people are. If somebody wants to be a criminal, he gets success on that. He becomes a very heavy criminal. But it is not acceptable to the society. Somebody wants to become a doctor. I know so many doctors, especially in US and in India. They are very successful. If you tell them, okay, this is $10 million, you want to keep it and don't go for work, he will say no. Same like me means I don't work for money.
Yes.
Really, I'm telling you, it is nothing like that. My work is, I love my job, it's my passion. I want to grow every day and night, put something for the society, and I love my job. So if you see me when I work, nothing as a CEO. I am a typical engineer who's doing all these things from down to top and control that.
Doing everything on your own.
Yes. Means I am aware what is happening and I take interest on that. So that's the difference. So this is my advice. Please, whatever you want to do it your 100% and don't listen to anybody else except your parents.
True. We have to listen to our parents, otherwise there's no any other choice.
Only the parents are your real well-wisher.
Very true. Because a lot of people these days, what we see is, we put our mind to something, but these days young people, they are used to the idea of, doing everything fast. They want everything to happen overnight. So a lot of people lose passion on their way. So I feel like one of the main things that we need in our life is discipline. And when I think of the word discipline, I feel like I can relate to you even more, as you told me that you come from a family of army, right? And that it's so important to be disciplined when you're in army, keep track of everything. So how do you think this factor, like being your family, being in the army, has shaped you and your personality growing up?
It is very true, because in our complete family, I know nearly 70 years of the cycle in my family. Everybody was, and it is at present also, very systematical. My family, whether they are rich, poor, I don't want to talk about it, but they are very systematical. They never cheated anybody. For them, once they do something, they will do 100%, and their intentions are not bad. And that's what I learned from my childhood. That's why what I learned everything from my mother. She was so famous everywhere, and that's what she's like everything for us. And we do a lot of activities on my mother's way.
Okay.
Because it is only her teaching that not to cheat anybody, put a human factor whatever you do. And that is the reason, same thing I did in my business. My business has the human factor as a prime. Society, social. And then if business comes, it's good. Even if business does not come, I don't care.
We have to stick to our morals and our ethics at all times.
Moral values, your inside, what you feel good and how you are brought up. That is very, very, you see the young children, they are not misguided by the parents. I can tell you 80% cases I know, they are misguided by outside environment. The outside environment tell them you can do it so fast. And they also think that money is everything, and they want to rush, but no, they fall down. And this is happening to 40 to 50% of the children nowadays.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody falls one time in the life, and then they try to gear up, but it is late. You are wasting time, because we are not immortal.
Exactly.
We live. Somebody live 80 years, somebody live 90, somebody 100. Somebody goes on 50 years, somebody goes on 60 years. So the question is that you have a limited time. Even the child, he should learn the basic reason of this. You have a limited time. You should select which is good for you and not good for you. If you come to my room and see that I've written very clearly one board, no time for the stupid people. Because I really don't waste my time. If somebody I feel is not going my way, I really don't think about it.
True.
So the focused and what you like, you do that.
True.
That's what I think it's very, very simple. But people have to adopt it.
Adapt to it, yes, because there's going to be a lot of changes as we grow up. We just have to be able to be focused and then move ahead in our life. So that's a really good point that you pointed out. So another thing that I learned from you today is that you really value morals, human ethics, human factors, and you've incorporated that into your business as well. So as a business person, how important do you think is the emotional factors when running a business? A lot of people tell that we should be very hard-headed, like do this, do that, and then only we can get the results. But these days a lot of people are valuing the emotional factors as well. So how do you think that component of yours has improved Brasten group of companies?
It's a very nice thing. It is coming by your nature. I tell you, last 31 years, this year we are in 13 years. My business partners are all same. Nobody changed. My client base, 90% of the client base is same. They are increasing every day and night. But my oldest client is the same way satisfied like my the newest client. Because I am very fair with them. And I mean that. For my team, all the people which are working for me in all the offices, they don't feel me like I am a typical arrogant president or CEO. They have a small problem, they talk to me.
Yes, you don't look like one of those arrogant bosses as well.
They feel so happy, so comfortable. And that's why they always station with me, they talk to me, they discuss with me. And we faced recently COVID period also. And in the same period also, you will see that I was tense for my people. That my customers, somebody is sick, so I was talking to them what I can do for them. My complete team, I was totally responsible that nobody should have any problem. And taking care of each and every person. Last 31 years, I think I have given them all the benefits which an international group is giving to everybody. Whether they do good or no, but still I was taking care of them. So this happens actually once you take care of your people. That is our life. It's so simple. You are not living in your house more than 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, maximum 7 hours. Maximum time you are living with your colleagues, with your business partners, with your customers. So you must have a quality life with them. And if you don't like, tell them no, we don't want to work with you. So if you have a quality life, your 60% of the life in your lifespan is the quality life. So why not to be honest with everybody?
Yes, exactly.
So my theme is very clear on that, and I will suggest to young generation also that please be honest first with yourself, and whatever you talk to somebody, you must mean that. Not like that I am very smart, I can make fool around of that. And that was my reason to start the business. I want to make an impression here, that time only in Thailand, that okay, the people can do business in another way. And here the trend was that business means money. And that is the reason we are very successful. And we have more than 5,000 client base globally. And I think people love us, all our clients.
Exactly. No wonder the company has grown so much over the years and you've been able to establish in so many places. If people didn't love you and value you for who you are, I'm sure this would not have been possible as well. Yes, that's a really, really good point. And another thing that you mentioned regarding the COVID and all, right? So I believe that a lot of companies all around the world were very severely impacted during the COVID period. And I'm sure as a business person and as a CEO of the company, you must have been able to take some actions and decisions in this period as well. So how has this COVID period affected the company? Has it grown more further after this pandemic pause, or were there some problems that you really had to, tackle and then come ahead out of it?
Yeah, very, very good question. I tell you very frankly, in this COVID period, we were grown by 22%.
During the COVID time?
I cannot believe that, but my paperwork shows that we are 22% higher than the previous years.
Okay.
And we have done the best in this period. But for me, COVID, I was being a responsible person, like a fatherly picture, to all my team members, staff. I told everybody, anybody has a problem, call me 24 hours anytime. And there were problems some of the days, and I stand tall with my people. So supported them in all way, not only financial but morally, boosting their morale. So as a CEO, my main challenge was there to boost the morale of the team people, because everybody, family was either dying, sick, or so many problems. Nobody was able to go anywhere. Nobody was able to travel, because we have some international team also here. they were not able to go to their houses. All staying in Bangkok, if I talk the Bangkok office. If I talk about the India office, they don't know what to do because the cases were increasing so high. So I was practically talking to them every week. And in that period, so that was one thing I was taking care of my team members. Second thing, taking care of my customers. So any my customer was there, any problem, not only pricing or something, whatever they were asking me. I have so many examples like in Korea. There were the prices, I supported them like very, very low prices in this period because everybody has to survive.
Yes.
It's not a question of money what we are talking, to be intact. Other countries also like Singapore, Malaysia, we were supporting those people very, very heavily. And goal was that my people were working in the production here in the period of COVID period, 12 to 14 hours in overtime and doing the things. And we met our delivery commitments to the customers. We lost a lot of money due to heavy shipments, but we did not bother. And that was the second thing, commitment to your team members, commitment to your customers, and commitment to your partners who are your suppliers of the products and the raw materials. So 3 areas we control and we keep some cash values intact that we face worse condition, that cash should be utilized to support them. Exactly. And we utilize that cash in some of the areas. So we had losses on this because we supported, but never mind, it goes all right. But our complete business profile is very clean with that, and we are now crossing the bridge for this COVID situation. And but we are full of business. Even if you see our production at present, you will see it is totally
they're still going on. Yes, I could see.
Here, and we took good projects. Even in India also, we took very nice project recently, and that was our achievements for COVID. Basically, your dedication. I have seen so many companies, they were always talking totally negativity. That it is very dangerous what we will do, and they closed down. Or somebody lost their shares of the companies. The companies are bought up by some other companies. But we grown in this period, and we are growing.
Yes, exactly.
We are growing. But our basic theme is that to support our people who are involved in this.
Exactly. As long as we have a positive mindset, our company, our people, they'll definitely be growing at each and every time as well. So it's a really good message that you gave out. And then on this very similar note, I see that the company that this Brasten group of companies, they have opened in many major cities, many major countries around the world as well. So as the company is growing, so I believe that you've been involved in a lot of corporate social responsibility as well. You mentioned it earlier as well, that you really enjoy going out and giving back to the same community that you grew up in, and then you're doing your work as well. So could you share some of the corporate social responsibility that Brasten has been doing?
Yeah, it's again a very nice question which you are asking there. As I told you, when I started business, I did not start from money. I had a passion that I have to achieve something and make a mindset, and that the people can believe that, number one, the professionals can run the business. So that mindset I changed, that professionals can do much better business than the orthodox business people. Second thing was that once you achieve something and you come to a level, then you feel that you should do the CSR activities. Because what you earn, you have to give it to society.
Yes.
So my main goal at present is to care for the society. So on my mother's name, Dima Care, I opened the foundation, and that foundation is taking care of the orphanage children, old age homes, and I am making a building just adjacent to this building, and there we will make a daycare center for the old age people as well as to orphanage. In the COVID period, even to India, my team went to very remote areas, deep in the hills, where they were even not knowing that if they have a fever, what should they do? They should do. So my people were giving them the medicines. In Bangkok also we went to so many places, old age homes, orphanage centers, and giving them the medicines, giving them the other type of things for a nice living. And our mobiles were 24 hours on, that if anybody need a help, we are there to support them. So our Bima Care, the CSR activities are going really fine, and it gives me very satisfaction that I am trying to do something which is good for society.
Yes, exactly.
Oxygen cylinders, we gave in a couple of people, as well as oxygen generators, we gave to the people. So a lot of things actually we are doing on CSR side, and that is my main goal at present, to take care of the society in Thailand, India, Vietnam. Philippines is my next round to do in Philippines also. So we are capturing different areas and we are giving them the code numbers. Like suppose somebody is having no money or he has a problem, we give him one code number, and that person,
helpline?
Yes,
okay.
And that person once he gets the code number, whatever he requires, so we basically take care of those old ladies or old males.
Okay, so I see that you are very intrigued with the idea of taking care of the old and the orphan people. So can you tell me why that line of thought started with you? Because a lot of people, they have their own sectors that they want to work with when it comes to CSR. I've seen people work for the environment, I've seen people work for certain children and all. And then the idea of taking care and looking after the orphan and the old age people, it's very new to me. So can you tell me why you had this thought?
Yeah, it's a good point which is being raised.
I mean, it's definitely nice.
Old age people. I have seen so many old ladies, and males less but the females more. They work for their children throughout their life, and when they are gone, children are gone, and they are 70 plus, whatever, nobody practically takes care of them. And they curse, even they don't curse their children, but they curse their luck. They did not have anything. So there I tell my team to, we go there, support them. I have so many cases when the old ladies catch my hand and tell them, don't go from here, and if you go, when you will come back. I have so many examples, one or two examples like these, that I celebrated the 100 years of those ladies. After that she died. So the way she blessed, that's a feeling you cannot get with the money. So that was for the old. And orphanage I saw here, especially in Thailand, I tell you, there is not a single professional orphanage house run. There are local orphanage schools, but they are having a limited budgets, so they don't have the funding to run those things. And some people have made the private one, they are minting money and nothing else. They charge heavy money. So the poor person, unfortunately, his son or daughter has become orphanage. Then what he will do? He pray when he dies. So those children I am trying, and my next goal is that I will be bringing them to my campus, giving them training to those orphanages, like photocopy machine, doing the messenger work, do a little bit of small jobs, and I will give them the jobs. So they will work, and you will see next time, you will see 4 or 5 orphanage children are working in my campus.
That's really thoughtful, sir. Like, I really like the idea of how you thought of taking care of the orphan and the old, because I do believe that they're one of the most neglected part of our community, and it's really blessing to see that somebody like you has been taking care of them. So we are so glad to have people like you in our society who's always thinking of giving back to the community one way or the other. So when I think of all of this, like whatever we have discussed as of now, you're a person of morals and somebody who values ethics and morality a lot. So growing up, did you have any motivators or some people who pushed you to become the person that you are today?
You see, when the people are talking, they copy outside their house. They say, this guy has done very good, he's my motivator. It is true, but your motivators must be your mother and father.
Someone within the house.
If they are poor, they could not grow still they will give you motivation. You see that small thing, like I give you the example, like when I was studying, my mother was coming to my room at morning 3 o'clock and giving me the blanket so that I can sleep properly. So if you see the motivation, that gives you motivation that you should do the other people also the same way. So as I told you in the first discussion that business is not only for money. If you want business only for money, you require outside motivators. But for me, no, I believe my mother is my best motivator, and I mean that. I don't follow anybody in the world except my mother.
The mother
Everything
is the
I
best.
follow to my mother, and whatever I did for my mother. And that is the reason second thing is coming, a good question on that what is Brasten? You will be surprised to know that you say, that you may be seeing some English word or some American word. No, because I don't want to follow somebody else. I don't copy to anybody else. So I took my family member's name, jumbled it out, and the Brasten was created. And now you see in the market, so many people are using their surname as a Brasten. Brasten, the word which I created. And B starts with my mother.
Okay. That's really
so
unique. I didn't think of Brasten being the word from your family members.
Yes,
it
so
sounds like a really good, some fancy English word, but I didn't know. It's really nice to know that.
So you must have from your inside, your mother, your father, your family, and then you try to achieve something with that. Now this Brasten coming 100 years, 50 years, 100 years, people, you find thousands and thousands of surnames people are using as a Brasten now. But Brasten, it was created in a small room, just jumble the word and job was done.
Okay. How long did it take you to find this name, Brasten?
1 week.
Okay.
Because I don't want to copy anybody else, so I thought, okay, I will do something.
Okay.
And the company is totally, everything is done. Like our company birthday is on July 6th. That is my mother's birthday.
Okay.
So the Brasten group, if you see the birthday profiles or something, that is on July 6th, and that is my mother's birthday.
Okay. So it's all very deeply rooted to your family ethics and rules and everything. So.
And then Bima Care, which we are doing, that is also on my mother's name.
Okay.
Bima is my mother's name.
Okay.
So for her, I feel very happy.
I'm sure she's also very happy, to see what kind of person you've come up to be now. I'm sure.
This is what I want to tell to young generation, that everything is in your house. Everything is with your mother. Follow your mother. If your mother is good, you can become a great guy. If your mother is bad, you become the worst guy.
No.
Then you need outside
motivators. Okay. But mostly a mother can never be bad, so it's I understand what you mean. So definitely, a lot of people these days, we go outside our home to seek for motivators, as you said, right? So if you go and ask who is their motivator, nobody is going to say their father or their mother. Mostly they look up to someone who is outside from their family. But what I believe is that something that Dr. Kala said is very important, is to look for the motivations within our family. That way we will never run out of motivations in our life. We see our mother, we see our father, we see our family, and we will always be motivated to achieve our dreams and our goals. So to all those aspiring leaders out there, I think that this is one of the most important takeaway lessons that you can learn from our interview today. So that was a really good lesson that you taught me as well, sir. So on the very similar line, what I want to ask you is that you've come up to be here, you have your own share of struggles, your achievement, your fights and everything to become the person that you are today. And I'm sure there are a lot of people outside who look up to you, who think about you, and who also want to be like you. So what kind of advice or message would you like to give to those young leaders, managers, or some office goers who dream of being like you one day?
See, again, thing is that which profession you are. So as I told before also, whatever profession you are, you want to achieve number one position on that, or you want to achieve the best, you have to be honest with yourself and dedicate your time. We have a limited time. We have a 24 hours a day and 365 days in the year. if you achieve something good, you will certainly going to lose something in your life. People want to say that in this life I can achieve everything. No, it is not possible. You want to be a good footballer, you will be a weak in education. You want to be a very studious guy, you cannot play games. You want to be a film star, normally you are less educated. Because your dedication is, you want to be a good engineer, you cannot become a nice trader who's talking lies every day and night, because he will be clean by nature. So you have to decide what you really want to do and put your 100% on that. If you don't get the success, change the path little bit. It's not necessary that you work very dedicated some job and you don't get success. Then it is your some planning. If one plan fails, it means it is not the market demand. You have to divert a little bit with the time, and then you can find a way. But the bottom line is that if you work with dedication and your honest mind, you are going to get success wherever you do that. I have seen so many examples globally to the people. They get success because they were very dedicated. Like you see our Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, he was basically a dedicated person.
Very much, very dedicated.
He was having nothing. He said, I will do whatever I like it. He liked this thing. And the same thing he is doing till now and in the future. He did not study in the Oxford or something. You don't require that. But basically he is honest what he is doing. With a full commitment and honesty. And he is the best leader of the world at present. So
exactly.
It's a simple secret actually. You don't need to follow the books and he was very good, so I will be the... No. He may be having some weak points also. And nobody writes his struggle clearly. They will give the motivation to others because they have to save their books. And the people are misguided from them.
True. Very true.
It's very simple actually.
As long as we are dedicated and focused, we can achieve anything in our life.
And right example is your Indo Thai news. Means, I am following Indo Thai news and I know your CEO very well. I can tell you, the future of Indo Thai news, you will see in 10 years where they go. If they go with the same dedication, the dedication is fantastic. Your team, your people, and your passion. And it is growing you in a good way. You will see in 10 years.
Yes.
So, it's very simple, I tell you.
I'm sure our team at the back may be really glad to hear that. But I'm sure that in the next 10 years we will also reach greater heights.
This is my word, and you can write down on some paper. If you go with this piece, you will see the Indo Thai news where it goes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much
That
for
is
your
the passion.
Thank you so much for saying
highly
that.
Passionate company.
Yes, exactly. So we really hope to be out there in the next 10 years. We are trying our level from our side, and with your blessing, with your word, we'll definitely reach there. Thank you so much, sir. So moving on to our questions. So I feel like I asked you a lot about you and your side. So I want to know more about Brasten as well. Since a lot of viewers will be watching here, I want them to know about what exactly Brasten has been doing. I know that it's an engineering company, but what exactly are the products and the objectives of the company?
Yeah, first we talk about the objectives. Objectives was to satisfy the customers in the industries. So they have a feeling that there is a professional company which mean for their satisfaction and give them the good technology without putting the business on the top. So we have a very good satisfied customers due to that habit. Otherwise, it is not possible. So, and objective was very clear, and to do something special, take care of the society, take care of the people. Because I have seen so many companies, so I changed my view totally different way, and we are quite successful in our objective. Now, okay, second thing you are asking me that what we do. We started from the day one with some trading activities, doing the things in 1990s, selling the products. So once you sell the other products, other manufactured products, or XYZ brands in the market, it was not me who gets satisfied, because when I talk something to anybody, I mean that. And I mean it very sincerely. But what is happening normally, the people, they try to bluff around, and that's not my way. I never was, and I never did, that put the catalogs in the hand and bluffing to the customers and then coming back and then think he's very smart. No, never I did it. So then I made joint ventures with one of the Dutch company in Holland, and put 50% shares together with them, and then started manufacturing in Bangkok. So that was the game changer for our instrumentation in the Asian region. And previously nobody was knowing us, and we have taken very good share, and we are the largest assembling house at present in Bangkok in Southeast Asia.
Okay, that's really nice.
And the second thing what was being for analytical instruments. We were having some joint ventures, and then I was not liking the idea. So we went on our own manufacturing of analytical instruments. What is happening? Why analytical? You see the future, next 50 years, water is the crisis. You take the industrial water, you take the normal water, you take any water. Water will be a huge crisis and in the demand. To support that issues, I say, okay, let us make some good product in analytical instruments, and take care of the problems of the customers. And we are quite successful on that, because our instruments, analytical instruments, what we say, the analyzers, they are very good on quality, and people in different industries, they are very satisfied with us. The satisfaction comes to them that we are with them, and our backup is very, very prompt. What happens with the people if you are not giving the support to the customer? Nowadays, all technologies are like, you want to buy a Japanese car, you can see all brands are nearly same. You want to buy a European car, either Mercedes or another brands, you will see the quality is nearly same. What is effective? That is your service.
Okay.
If you are close with your clients and you are honest with the clients and you are a trustworthy person from your client for a long time, I tell you, he will buy from you only. He will not go for somebody else. And this is my personal experience. Because they know that somebody is standing with you at a crisis time. So this is what we did it in the Brasten from the day one. And we are quite successful in our approach. And that's what we are, one of the global company in analytical instruments as well as in the field instrumentations, and a well-reputed company. And plus, we manage our pockets. Means we don't play around like taking loan here and there and this thing. I can happily say you that we are under no loan from any bankers or anything. We do everything neat and clean by ourselves. So what we have, we invest and we grow. So any crisis come in the market, like any type of crisis, we are least affected. So that was, I can tell you about the Brasten, how the Brasten
goes by. That's a really, really good approach as well, because a lot of companies, they are indebted to the banks and so many things, and it's really good to be clean and stay out of any problems. So it's really good to know. So one thing I found really interesting about you is that you're really passionate about the works that you're doing, really passionate about the products that you have, the things that you're managing. So I want to ask you, if you didn't decide to start Brasten, then what profession would you have taken, or what else would you be doing, and how would it be different from this field?
I tell you, as I told you before to you one thing, that my father was not the businessman. He was the first chartered accountant of Independence India with a gold medalist. So I am coming, and my two uncles were in the general ranking in the Navy and Army. So I am coming of a different background here, who really don't bother for only money.
Yes.
So my aim was that to go in the Air Force. and preliminary dry runs also I am qualified in India as a pilot, but due to eyes I was not able to join the Air Force. But still, if you ask me, I love Air Force.
Okay.
And I'm very updated with worldwide all the new developments. That is, you can say, that is the first passion and first target of my life to be a pilot of the Air Force.
Okay.
But then it was not possible, so I went on the engineering. And then the business came. But still till date, I am well connected with all the Air Force activity global.
So if you were given a chance to restart all over again and the situations were different, would you still want to become a pilot or would you still pursue this industry?
Still, yes. That is my first thing.
Okay.
When I go in the plane also,
you feel connected to it.
My seats and I see that I take interest on this thing. That okay, which are the different technical words for the plane, and I have my mobile also. When I'm in the plane, I was in the plane, so I see how the plane directions is going, which height.
So you can analyze everything what's going on.
Exactly. That is my personal thing, which for me the first is Air Force pilot, not the commercial pilots, but the
Air Force pilots.
Work for the nation, do the things, be a nationalistic person, and business is okay. But business
it
also
comes secondary.
Business also I'm making the force way. You see my business culture, you can see anywhere, it is a typical systematical army.
Yes, very, very systematic, like from coming down to up everything. I really felt that it was very, very organized and systemized as well.
Very systematical. You can, even I close my eyes, I can go exactly which item is lying at which place. And I hate somebody changes that.
Okay.
So this is one thing, and in the business, if you use the defense formulas, so what we say, the crisis of war, any crisis is a war. For me, any crisis is like a war. So like the corona came, yes, it was a war for me. So I was ready. What tools I had, how to fight it out, and how to motivate my team.
Yes.
Same formula I am using it in my day-to-day life also. So that works very good actually. So the business is also working, but in a army pattern.
Yes, exactly. Be prepared for anything and everything that comes to your way, ready to fight, exactly. So it's a really, really good motto as well. And so another thing I would like to know from you is that in this interview, I have, even though I may not know you completely, but I feel like we've been able to crack this side of your personality, what kind of person you are, what kind of values and ethics that you have. So I think you're more of a very serious person who likes to do things in a very systemized way. But then, what are your hobbies in your life? How do you take fun or enjoy doing your things around the world? Because I've seen a lot of people, they say they like to read books, they like to do business and all. But then, what are your hobbies and your interest in life besides working?
Yeah, this is because hobbies, if you see your life cycle, the hobbies change. When I was young, I was a nice cricketer, and I played a lot of cricket. But then when I come on like going for selecting a profession, so I was busy on my education. So then there was no time for your hobbies. After I came to Bangkok, I saw the situation here, and it was like a huge challenge for me. What to do and how to strive. So I was like 99% on my profession to build this Brasten group at a top level. And then I started golfing. But golfing is still not much because still I'm taking a lot of loads. And the hobby, reading is my very regular hobby, and you're surprised to know I am totally updated with the technology every day. Means when I go home, next morning, if anything coming new, I am updated. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of things online. And but now my passion, which is becoming like my hobby, CSR, is dedicated for CSR.
Okay, that's really
Golf
interesting.
will continue, because that does not take much of time. But on the serious note, where I really love and enjoy, laugh with the old ladies and sit with them, they talk to you. Maybe sometime I can share some video with you. Means you don't get
that kind of happiness
feeling with the way they talk to you. And now one of the place I went and I saw some orphanage girls, 3 girls and 1 boy. They are so nice. They want to do graduation. So I saw that such a nice girl, 17, 18 years maybe, and she was doing her 10 plus 2 approximately. And I told them, yeah, her graduation expenses I will take care. So you feel so happy with that. You don't feel that happy by doing other type of things. So these type of activities, and I have done this in India. There is one temple, same name like our Bhuvneshwari temple. So there are 7 girls where I started sponsoring them for education. So if I have a time, I will go again and see how their people are doing.
That's really kind of you.
These type of things, if you do that, it really helps. But I don't do it like making a show business and going on a high profile. I do these things on the ground level, so that the real people get advantages.
True. Because
and
it's
I
very
directly give to
important.
them, not any mediator or not anybody else. And even if I find some old ladies on the road or somewhere, I try to support. If I get some connections or numbers, I try to them. Whatever I can do that, I will do for them.
Yes, that's really kind of you, because as the world is growing, right, a lot of people, when they donate, it does not go to the right people. It's always gone and it's lost in the middle. So what you're doing is a really good approach in that way. The people who really need it, they are only going to get your aid and your help and your support. So it's really kind of you to consider these points and work it out. So thank you for your whatever you have been doing. We're so thankful to know that people like you have also been here working for the society and then giving back. So with this, we've almost come towards the end of our interview. So before we end, I would like to request you to give one last message to our Indo Thai News audience who will be viewing you and who will be learning a lot from this interview. So what message would you like to give them?
Well, Indo Thai viewers are growing every day. So all the viewers, what I can give the message to you, understand what Indo Thai News is doing at present and follow their example. They grow by their dedication, so you copy that and try to do that. You will also get success. Second thing which I can tell you, whatever you do it, which I was telling before also, do with your passion. And if you really don't have passion for that thing, stop it. Find some other passion. And if your nature is very confused, you don't get passionate with anything, start meditations. Concentrate your mind and then find out which thing can make you laugh, which thing can make you happy, and earn money also in the future, because the world, day by day, it is getting too much of materialistic. So once you know that you can earn money with this, you like this subject, and then you go ahead with you. Then you saw which I was talking, like I changed my hobby, no time for hobby, just focusing myself, focus yourself. And you will see the result by yourself in 2 years. If you have my email IDs, or you can connect with me after 6 months or 1 year, whether you are successful or no. But reading those books, copying other people, they make a story in front of you, all are making their money, not your money. So forget about it, go in your heart, find it out realities, and take example of Indo Thai News. I can tell you a lot of things about Indo Thai News, why they are growing. Very simple reason: simplicity, focused, and dedication.
Okay.
And the teamwork, that is very important. So this is what I can tell you, and all the best wishes to all viewers of Indo Thai News.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your very, very kind words and your encouragement. I'm sure our Indo Thai News viewers will be really touched and inspired from this discussion we had today. To all those aspiring leaders and managers or any kind of people out there, I hope that Dr. Kala's dedication towards his life, his goals, his discipline act as an example for you to become a better person for tomorrow. So thank you so much for being a part of this interview, sir. We are really glad to have you in our interview, and I'm sure a lot of people will be inspired and intrigued by your personality and this interview as well. So thank you very much, sir, for your presence. Thank you. Thank you. With this, we have come to the end of our today's interview with Dr. A.K. Kala. We had a really fruitful session where we talked about the way of our life, the way of running a business, and how a person should be ethically, morally grounded, and how we can find our biggest motivators and inspirations in our house itself and not go out. So it was a very enlightening talk with him, and I hope that our viewers had a really good time knowing him, his company, and what kind of person we should aspire to be in order to be a better person in our life. Our society, our community is one of the most integral part of our life, and we should always find a way to give back to this community that we are in. It is a really great pleasure for Indo Thai News to be a part of this discussion with the president of Brasten Group of Companies, and we hope that this interview is going to touch the life of many people out there. Thank you very much for watching our channel. We'll be coming up with more episodes in the future. Stay tuned. Thank you. We would also like to advise our viewers who have been watching us since day one to please remain maxed and practice all the safe guidelines that the government has announced in order to protect yourself from COVID-19. The latest variant of the virus has been emerging and has been taking a lot of lives in many parts around the world. So please do not let your guards down and stay maxed every time. Indo Thai News has been practicing safe precautions and have been conducting out interviews and taking all of its actions. So we would like to encourage all of our viewers to remain maxed and practice all kind of safety procedures in order to protect themselves from any kind of virus infections. Thank you.